Michelle, Luna, thank you so much for speaking with us. I read that you started creating ribbon skirts and making designs during the COVID-19 pandemic. Can you explain how that journey for you was and why do you create these designs?
Yes, thank you so much for having me on. But I started at the tail end of the COVID pandemic. My daughter really wanted ribbon skirts. She's very colorful. She loves to dress up. And so she asked me to make her a ribbon skirt. I had never sewn before in my life. And so I started looking on TikTok. It was pretty big back then, and also on YouTube, and found some tutorials and decided to buy a sewing machine and figure it out. So that's how I initially started, and I still do that to today. My daughter is typically the first one who gets a really pretty dress before I start making them for everyone else.
Oh my gosh, so self-taught within just a number of years.
Yes, yeah, I've never sewn before.
Fast forward to now and you're making skirts and dresses for many Indigenous models, including for actor Paulina Alexis and Miss Indigenous Canada, Jessica McKenzie. Did you ever think your designs would blow up like this?
No, not at all. Like, to be honest, it's still one of those things that I can't believe have happened. And, you know, when people come into my inbox and they're like, hey, we want you to make something for us, it's every single time, it's literally an honor to see that happen. And I'm always so appreciative of everybody who, you know, puts their trust in me to create something for them.
That's so great to hear. And I understand that many of your customers these days are from Canada. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I would say about 80% of my customers are Canadian. So they helped me take off from the very beginning. They love all of the colors and the ribbons and everything that I do, the prints that I use. They absolutely love them. So I honestly hold a big, huge portion of my heart for Canadian relatives, because they're the ones that really helped my business sort of take off. And so I always appreciate them.
Well, we definitely here love your designs and everything that you're doing. And Michelle, can you tell us where you get the ideas for these designs from?
Yeah, so I do my best to support Native-owned businesses. Your Canadian company, 49 Design, they have specific designs in-house. I like to use their fabrics. Teton Trade Cloth here in the US, they have Native artists create the designs for them, and then they print them and sell them for them. So whenever I see a new design come out, I will automatically order it and then put it on my mannequin and figure out, what do I want this to look like? And so I do a lot of draping and a lot of color matching. And so that's essentially what I do, is I just order it and then I figure out, what do I want this to look like, in hopes that everybody loves it too.
That's so interesting. And finally, Michelle, what is your message to other up-and-coming Indigenous designers out there?
I think my biggest message is just to start. You know, for a long time, I wanted to sew, but I felt like it was really scary. And I felt like I had to go to school or I had to go to a class to learn. But I am proof that you can pick up your phone and look at some things and figure out, what do you like, right? I like colorful dresses myself. I like pretty skirts. And so what I did is I went on YouTube and figured out those types of dresses, how to make them, and looked at designs, and then I incorporated what I liked into it. So my biggest message is just start, just try, go out there. And even if you feel like it doesn't fit the norm, because when I initially started, there wasn't I wasn't doing the same type of designs as everybody else was. And I felt a little overwhelmed and felt like people weren't gonna like it. But I look at where I'm at now and I say to everyone, just start. Create your own ideas, create what you love, and you'll find your people. So just get out there and do it and learn and try something new and make something beautiful as much as you possibly can.
Great words of advice, Michelle. Luna, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.